Hey PCC kids, have you guys ever done something that made you feel like a little bit embarrassed? Or you didn't want to do something because you thought you were going to be embarrassed? Like maybe doing a crazy dance in front of other people? Obviously, I don't get embarrassed. But some of you guys might get embarrassed by doing a crazy dance in front of people. And there's other things that might embarrass us. Like maybe singing a song in front of people, or maybe telling our friends about Jesus. Sometimes we can get embarrassed about things when other people think that we're a little bit different. And telling other people about Jesus is nothing to get embarrassed about because it's honestly like the coolest thing you could ever do. But I do know that some of us get embarrassed about a lot of things because we don't want anyone to think that we're different or crazy. But you know what? One of the craziest people in the Bible is actually one of the coolest guys ever. And God thought that he was like super cool. His name was Noah. And some of you guys know all about Noah. But did you know that in Noah's time, they had never seen rain before? No one knew that water could fall from the sky. That was crazy to them. I mean, they'd seen like oceans and lakes before, and probably rivers too. But they'd never seen rain. So, one day, when Noah was talking to God, God told Noah to start building a boat. And not just any boat, like the most giant boat ever. And I don't know if they had boats before then, but they definitely didn't have any giant boats. Because this thing was like the most giant boat. And I know it looks tiny right here, but trust me, this boat was massive. Probably like bigger than our church. It was huge. So, Noah built the ark. But while he was building the ark, all of his friends were like, Noah, what are you doing? You are so crazy. Because Noah was like, well, in a few days, it's gonna rain for a long time. For 40 days and nights. And all the people were like, what is rain? We do not know what rain is. And so Noah probably seemed really, really crazy. Because if you had never seen rain before and then someone told you that water was going to fall out of the sky for 40 days, would you believe them? Probably not. But you know what? Even though all these people were probably laughing at Noah and saying, you're crazy, Noah! What are you even doing? See, they're laughing at them. Noah, you're crazy. Noah didn't mind because remember, Noah loved God. Like, a lot. Like, more than anybody else. And he believed that God was telling him the truth. So, he kept building his ark. Which was a really good thing because then the storm came. And you know what? It started raining. There were probably like giant, massive, huge clouds in the sky that were really scary. Scary clouds! And then it started raining like a whole ton. And Noah and a bunch of the animals were safe on the boat. And so was Noah's family. And maybe this little creature right here that looks kind of like a pig goat. But it's a pig. Anyway, it was raining so much, and then the water came, and guess who didn't have a boat? Well, all the people who thought Noah was crazy. And Noah was the one who was safe and sound on the boat because he listened to God. Now, he could have been like, oof, I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to do anything crazy, and I don't want people to laugh at me, so I'm not going to build the boat. And then he wouldn't have had a boat to stay safe on in the storm. But instead of getting embarrassed about doing something absolutely crazy, he built the boat. And he took on all the animals with him and his family, and they were safe on the boat during all of the rain when it flooded the whole earth. It was a good thing that Noah listened to God, even though he thought it was a little bit crazy. And you know what? After spending a long time on the boat, eventually it stopped raining, and eventually the floodwaters went down, and the boat was on dry land once more. And Noah and his family were safe. And then something really cool happened. God promised that he was never going to flood the earth again. And when he did that, he put the first ever rainbow right in the sky. And it was so beautiful. And it was a sign that God was never going to flood the earth again. And as we talked about last week, we know that God never, ever breaks his promises. All right, guys. Now, I know talking to people about Jesus might seem a little bit scary when they maybe even make fun of you for it. But guys, trust me, sometimes it's the best thing ever to do what feels a little bit crazy. Just like how Noah built the boat, even though everyone thought that he was out of his mind, talking to people about Jesus is the best thing that you could ever do. In fact, you could save their lives, just like how Noah saved his family by building the boat. So guys, I'm going to challenge you. Talk to your friends about Jesus. Whether it's just telling them that Jesus loves them, or maybe you even tell them about how Jesus died on the cross for their sins to save them. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye!